Today is 377 day that I came here to share lessons that I learn and I'm learning, and I hope those lessons will support your dreams, your goals, and allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today, probably I will share one of the favorite or one of the best lessons that I learned in last year, and the lesson is about how to increase your standards. Probably you have heard the saying. Have you ever heard the saying, you need to increase your standards, you need to increase your standards? I have heard so many times, and I never understood what that increase your standards mean. So now I learned that there is two things that we need to understand about. That there is upper standard and lower standard, and you're able to increase both. You can increase upper standard and you increase lower standard. So which one is more important, upper standard or lower standard? I'll always used to think that upper standard is the most important thing in life, but I learned that the lower bar is the most important thing, because upper bar is your best, how you perform at your best, and lower bar is what do you do and how you perform at the lowest. Imagine achieving one day that your lowest is so high that if you perform every single day at your lowest but still succeed. And of course, it's much easier to perform at your lowest comparing to your best. Sometimes you're not able to perform at your best for a year, but you're able to perform at your lowest every single day. So that means you need to increase your lowest, not the highest at the beginning. And of course, we need to make sure that we bridge the gap between the highest bar and the lowest bar. Let's look into example. Imagine that you are working on your health, and your upper standard is your weight is 200 pounds and your lower bar is 340 pounds or 350 pounds. So that means the gap between your weight is 150 pounds. So that's a huge difference. So that means you reach that 200 pounds and then you say, oh, I'm a perfect fit, and then people lose their habits that allowed them to achieve that 200 pounds, and they fall down little by little, and they finally reach at 350, and they realize what happened, and that's when they understand that they need to exercise and get back to the routines that they had in the past that they allowed to achieve 200 pounds, and now they slowly go back and back and back, and I bet it'll take forever to go back to that 200 pounds. But imagine if you start reaching that 250 pounds and you realize, oh, like I already reached that 250 and I do not want to go below that, and people start exercising at 250 and they are able to go back to 200. So that means you'll not need to work as hard as from 350. So that means it's very important to reach your lower standard when you start realizing something is wrong there. I don't want to go below that limit. So that means, what is your limit in everything in your life, in your relationships, in your finances, and everything in life? That means that everything in life has two standards. And I think that, as I mentioned, there's one of the most important things that we need to realize, that most people say that you need to increase your upper limit. But when you increase your lower limit and bridge the gap, then you realize that when you perform at your lowest, you still could be the best, because you're able to achieve. Because most people put their upper limit very high, and they perform at the highest for a week or two, and they go back to the lowest. But if you have pretty small upper limit, but you have very high lower limit, then you will outperform the person who has a very high upper limit but very low lower limit. So we need to reflect, and I hope you will reflect. So what kind of upper limit do you have for everything in life? What kind of lower limit do you have for everything in life? And start increasing that lower limit and bridge the gap between those, because I truly believe that is one of the essential lessons. And I hope you see the value that I saw in this lesson as well. I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.